Hi, this is Steve Harper from YourCreativeLife.com, talking today about how do you know when you're finished writing your script? So this is an interesting question that is age old. I think every writer on the planet has asked him or herself, how do I know when I'm done? Now, one simple version of knowing when you're done is if you have an outline and you actually go through the outline to the end of what you've planned to do, you may well be done. But at the same token, you may not be done. So how do you know? Well, here's a thing that I think is really useful for every writer out there. There are many, many, many things, shows, movies, television shows, all sorts of things that get redone and reissued. You might think, for example, one of the things I think about is there are several musicals out there. I think The Boys from Syracuse, which is a musical that I was in high school, was redone recently in the last 10 or so years. And often when these old musicals get redone, the book, the script, gets rewritten. Well, does that mean it wasn't good the first time? What does that mean? It simply means that somebody had the notion out there that more could be done. And I think the truth is, with every script, more can be done. You've heard me many times, and if you read my newsletter, which you can subscribe to if you don't read it, go to my website, yourcreativelife.com, and find out more. But every writer thinks to himself, well, maybe there's more I can do. I can do this, I can do that. And I think the truth is that we can tweak till the cows come home. We can work on our pieces forever. You've certainly heard about, I think it was the Justice League movie that had a different cut, the Snyder cut. I mean, that whole thing is, again, rewriting the movie so that it's different or better or whatever. So it's really about what's going on inside you. And I can only work on pieces until I feel like I've done the best job I can do in the moment. And then I need to say, I'm done. Now, I may find out through notes, through time passing. I've certainly gone back to scripts of mine years later and thought, oh, there's some tightening I can do. I can change this, I can fix this, my sensibilities have changed. But for every one of us, I think the bottom line is to just look within, read the piece over, perhaps share it with friends, get some notes. And at the end of the day, it's always really good to have a deadline, to have a point where you simply say, I am done with this for now. Doesn't mean I can't tweak forever till the cows come home, but I think there is something really wonderful in the world of actual television, in the world of the kind of work that I'm so grateful to have been doing, where production time just arrives. And at some point, because it's going to go into production, because it has to go to a director and actors and costumers and set decorators and all of that stuff, cinematographers, at some point, you have to go to pencils down. It just has to be done. So look, I think there's value in having an outline. I think there's value in using your instincts and telling yourself, evaluating for yourself, is there more I can do here? And for me, when I feel like there's nothing more I can do in the moment that feels satisfying, that feels like it would improve the piece, when I feel I've got a version that is good enough to satisfy me and the vision that I have of the script, that's when I stop. It doesn't mean I stop forever. And I mentioned those times in real life when things get rewritten, reissued, re-edited. It continues to happen for every writer. But I encourage you to lean into your own instincts and figure out for yourself when a piece is done for now, put the pencils down, and then go to the next step, whether that's sending it out to people, having a reading, asking other people to read it, or putting it away for a while. Find your best energetic guess as to when it's done and allow yourself to be done. Please like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and listening. go to yourcreativelife.com, where there are plenty of tips and tricks and coaching offerings. Explore the website and find all of the juicy free stuff, of which this YouTube channel is one of those free offerings. Subscribe to my newsletter, which comes out once a month and talks about tips and interesting things in the writer's life. And listen to the Secret Writer podcast, which is a relatively new offering that I've been doing with my friend Nick Job, who's also a writer and a writing coach. We call it Therapy for Writers, and it's all about the mental stuff behind being a writer and putting your writing out into the world. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Join us again, watch and listen to the other videos on this site, and happy writing.